Today's video is featuring awesome brand new content for sim drifting in Assetto Corsa, WDT Street Car Pack, and 90s Golden Drift Spot project Ebisu Touge course. Let's check it out. What's up guys, I'm Ben and this is Kame Trick. It's a channel that bridges the gap between sim drifting and real life drifting like you see playing behind me here in the video clips. And today it's no coincidence that we've got clips from Ebisu Circuit running, because we're going to be checking out a brand new track that was just released by the team at 90s Golden Drift Spot project. And with a name like that, you know it's going to be good. Where are we going to? Ebisu Circuit Touge course. And what car pack are we going to be driving? That's also new. It's the WDT Street Pack. So it's a little bit of a detuned version that feels more like street cars, more like my personal car, and I cannot wait to show you what we got. Check out this map, the level of detail, oh my goodness, it is so rad. It looks just like it does being there. We've even got dilapidated buildings with Japanese on them. Furui taya mochikaeri kudasai. That means please take your old dead burned tires with you when you leave. Don't just leave them stacked up in the corner. If you have seen or played any other Assetto Corsa Ebisu Touge maps, you may recognize that this is quite narrow. And you might be wondering, is it actually this narrow in real life? And the answer is yes, absolutely. It's also divided up into two tracks, so if we go to the right here, it's going to take you on the long version, or you can curve around to the left and basically do the short track, which is the first half of the track. Personally, I recommend learning the short track first, and then you can expand out to the long track. It's only going to make it simpler because it's just not so much to grasp all at the same time. So let's look at the short course at speed. We'll just do an easy e-brake initiation to get us started. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 turns, and then the big sweep that leads us back around to where the tracks meet back up, and then the two rather iconic hairpins to finish out the track. As far as the course strategy, you basically bomb up most of the track in second. For me, it's foot brake, e-brake to help slow down, and then a clutch kick. It's going to be throttle modulation to get through these sections, and then you want to apex tight at that last turn so that you can fling the car all the way around. And into the bush we go. It's so easy to carry too much speed here and end up going off into all of the saplings and the ferns on the side of the track. So we'll try to look at that one more time. I'm going to come up, foot brake, e-brake, charge up a clutch kick so that we don't stall the car out. My usual style of lift-off throttle modulation. And then again, apex kind of tight. Oh, we died really hard right there. That was no good. I'm going to save it because we're in sim, but that would have been a total car for sure. And then we bomb down through here. This is one of those tracks where the e-brake is almost a completely essential tool. But I'm going to try it without real quick. It's probably going to go terribly. Don't judge me. And as I often talk about, if you do choose to try and drive without the e-brake, it's all about good strategy, staying ahead of the car, timing all of your transitions. That wasn't really ideal. But we're sort of doing it. It's just really that hard. Could we say that that technically counts as a... Oh, too fast. No e-brake lap, we might could say that. Should you drift Ebisu tracks with out of e-brake, at least Touge course? That's going to be a no for me. Just because you can do something, doesn't mean that you should. It is a real struggle to clear this course without touching that e-brake. As you can see, it is doable, but oh man, is it not fun. Alright, with that said, let's take a look at the long course. I'm going to go back to my usual driving style, which is basically just a little bit more safety margin. Now, to do long course, we need more wheel speed, so when we come up here, it's going to be a shift up to third in transition. We're going to carry as much speed as we can. That was too much. And that's going to take us around to here, back down to second. And then heavy on the foot brake as we come around this little turn. Another fast section brings us back up to third. And then down the hill it's going to be e-brake, touch a foot brake if you need it, and if you take the right line you absolutely do need it. And then that brings us back into the short course that hopefully looks familiar by now. And we whip it back around. Let me try and do a slightly more respectable job of that, because I definitely messed up the fast part. I still haven't gotten that first fast part completely figured out. But again, we know that we need third gear, so up to third we go. We've got a transition kind of late. Throw it. And see, there again, just didn't quite have the correct line. You can see the building blocks. You can see that it's close. But I still need some practice, which is not a problem because I am absolutely in love with this beautiful course and with this super rad car. Massive hats off to the teams at WDT as well as the 90s Golden Drift Spot project for putting together these awesome pieces of mod content for Assetto. While we're on the subject of shoutouts, I also want to give a shout out to the Facebook group Assetto Corsa Drift Community. I have been a member of that basically ever since I started making content for Assetto Corsa, and excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. And I didn't know very much before those guys got involved, there we go, and started helping me out. And there are just a stellar group of dudes, excellent resources in there as well. So that is the gist of long course. Right, let's look at course strategy for long course. So of course it starts out the same. Carry too much speed in and foot brake plus e-brake up the hill. Balance throttle through these 4 turns. And then here we're going to dive in tight up to third. Gentle on the throttle, but we want to be transitioning kind of late like this so that we can make it around here. Then heavy on foot brake, touch of e-brake if needed. Down to second, around the turn, clipping the grass, getting onto the foot brake early and often through here, because if you slide the car out too far, you're going to end up in those weeds. Up to third, gentle on throttle so that we don't go into the outside. A little too late on the brakes there, and I almost planted it literally into those plants. Then it's going to be business as usual as we come around the back. Foot brake before the transition even starts, e-brake as well. And you got to be cautious, because if you get on throttle too much, you're going to end up shooting right across the track into the outside. And that essentially wraps up the course strategy for Ebisu Touge long course. I'm going to try one more time. So here again, transition early, upshift, full throttle. Try to transition late down the hill there. Sometimes the car grips up right there. Down to second. And around the corner we go. And then here I'm already on foot brake, letting it breathe so that it doesn't grip up. And then around we go. A little too slow there, but that's okay. I missed my timing for the upshift. And through here, I'm on the foot brake before I even transition. Gentle on the throttle around that turn because it's so easy. If you give it too much throttle, the car will absolutely come all the way around and go right off into the dirt. And now we can do a little bit of fun times alternating in between. This track is so beautiful to drive and so much fun. We can go up to third for the short course if we really want to. It just gives you a little bit more wheel speed and you get to use massive angle stalls to kill speed there so that roll gnarly so that the car doesn't shoot off into the outside. But you see, I get on throttle there and then I get back off. And the reason is, and a lot of times if you stay on throttle, the car will walk into the grass, you'll drop a tire, and then you'll end up going into a pretty gnarly spin. Gonna go long this time, so we'll shift tight, come in. Oh man, I'm carrying so much speed, I'm actually wiping out, and we are dead. That is one more totaled Ebisu car. So far we've talked more about the beautiful track than we have the car itself. But in addition to this track, the WDT Street S13 Coupe is one of my favorite cars, quite possibly my favorite sim car to drive in Assetto Corsa. It just feels so good. It is almost perfect. If I had to state any complaint about this car, it's just the fact that it is supposedly still a turbo car with a 4-cylinder, and yet it has almost no turbo lag. And I personally haven't driven a car that was so easy to drive like a V8, because you'll see I don't have to use very many clutch kicks in this car. It's really just these monster angle stalls that you do coming in to these hairpins where I have to clutch kick out in order to make sure that the car keeps its revs. And if it was a V8 car, it wouldn't do that. But outside of that, every other place that I'm on and off throttle, it is so easy and so smooth. It really does remind me of my S13. Like being able to just roll in the throttle here. I'm not completely sure if it would be that easy in a turbo car. But oh my goodness, it handles so well. It floats the perfect amount that I want it to in transition here, so it doesn't go too far off into the outside. It's fairly receptive to foot brake. And it's just got the flow. I will make a video later featuring some of the other WDT cars. As I basically come to a full stop there, that was not so good. We'll try to go the long route here. Oh man, I actually carried too much speed and parked it into the dirt. That would have been a crash if it was real life. Oh man, but it just feels so nice. That is everything that you want in a street style grassroots car like the one that I built. So good. If you want to try out this track, I'm going to leave down in the description links to the track and the car pack, and I hope that I will see you guys on a server running this soon, or in my weekly Kame trick Drift Bash every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. The Discord invite is down here as well, so hop in and check it out. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like, drop a comment, and let me know what you want to see next. And soon, I hope to do some night driving here at Ebisu Touge course, and maybe some tandems as well with some of my buddies from the Discord. Thanks for watching, and have a good night, guys. Peace.